Okay. First of all, let me just tell you how excited I am to be here, and thank you, Fiona, Tom, and Trevi for showing up to this Google Hangout. As most of you know, but first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Farah Riseon, and I'm taking part in this 90-day challenge worldwide for the next 3 months. That ends actually in June. We're already a month into it, and as part of the challenge, I'm creating my first Google Hangout, which I'm super excited about, to talk about my niche and what it is. And so as we go through, please feel free to ask questions and chime in, and I'll just jump right in. So basically, so let me take my glasses off so I can see everybody better. So basically, what I do, my niche is to help people create what they want in their lives by getting clarity and transforming themselves. So I know that's kind of a mouthful, and some people may not even understand what that is, but I've been a life coach since 1999, and I've worked with probably hundreds of people, one-on-one, in group settings, and also at events. And one of the things that I've noticed is that as I work with people, a lot of people wanted things, but they really weren't clear about why they wanted. And once they even got the stuff that they wanted, it really didn't bring them happiness. It didn't bring them fulfillment. So one of the things that I've decided to do, especially over the last probably year and a half, I started hearing from other people, and these were probably, most of them were women, although there were some men, but a lot of people that were extremely successful in their business, and they had accomplished a lot, but they were at a point in their lives that they were just very unhappy despite their accomplishments. And so, and then they didn't know what they wanted to do next. They didn't know where they wanted to go. And so part of how this came about to be is that as I was working with them and I was coaching them, I started realizing and noticing patterns that a lot of the times, like, we say we want something, and once we get it, it really isn't what we want. So part of what I do is help created this website, this community website, this membership website, along with my other website, that really helps people to create what they want by first getting clarity in terms of what it is that they want and why they want it, because that's an important piece. Because a lot of times you want some things because your family wants it, or society wants you to have it, or you think you should have it. But once you go in, you really, it's really not what you want to do. Did you have a question, Trevi?
Well, I personally have been through that myself, and when at the age of 21, I wanted to retire young and stop working so I could spend the rest of my life playing computer games. Well, that was my aspirations. But when I got that, I found out that's not really what I wanted. And I think, I'm a follower of Tony Robbins' teachings, and I think, the 6 basic human needs that we all have. And I think the thing that we often neglect is the 2 basic human needs that I find that has been transformation for me is the wanting and ability to grow, and contribution. I think if all of us have a bit of contribution in us, and we want to give back to the world, our lives will be much more fulfilling.
Yes.
Stop chasing after money. Money itself is a result, and it doesn't make you happy. Life is a journey. You got to travel on life happily. Get to the destination happily. So you can be happy while getting there, not get there and then you be happy. That's wrong. So that's my little advice and take about it. And Farah, what you're doing is awesome. You're wanting to transform people's lives. That is a great contribution out there, and a lot of people do need that. And I want to thank you and honor you for that.
Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're so spot on, and that's actually what I find out the more I work with my clients and people. And the other thing that I'm noticing, to your point, in terms of wanting that growth and wanting that contribution, is that, and that's where the transforming yourself comes into play, because a lot of people have certain or certain beliefs or certain patterns that they run through their lives that might have worked with them up until this point, but perhaps moving forward, it's not going to give them what they want. And that's the other aspect that I work on them, not only getting clarity in terms of what it is that they want, but also what's stopping them. What are some of these beliefs, some of these patterns, some of these blocks that is running their lives, and then get them to a point where they are in that process of not only growing themselves, but also making a contribution on a bigger level to, you know, whatever it is. It's for everybody's going to be different, and it's definitely a personal thing. But that's how this whole niche came about, and you're so right, because most of the people that I've worked with have had tremendous amount of success professionally and financially. And so you're right, money does not bring happiness, and it's really getting to reconnect with who you truly are, what you really want to create, and go from that space. And you know, I talk about transforming yourself, and it's even more than transforming yourself. It's really reconnecting to who you are inside, who you've always been inside, and from that place create the things that you want in life, and whatever they may be. And it may be more financial success, it may be different relationships. So yes, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just moved my laptop.
Okay. Sorry,
I did have something to say before though, and it was just rephrasing something that you said. So a common phrase that people have said is the grass is always greener on the other side, but then there's another part to that, and then you've got to mow it. So I definitely think that that ties into what you were saying just before, that you get to a goal and then you realize that this may not be exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I created this online community, online membership, so for people to join, and really for this community to help each other, and help each other get through challenges, help each other get clarity, have resources, have this bond, have this place where they can go and talk with each other, and you know, figure out what it is that they want to do. And of course I'll be helping them too, but create this online community. I mean, and this has been like my passion, or my vision for myself, to have this biggest online community in this sense, that people can come to and get the resources, and get the connection, and get the support that they need in order to move forward and create what they need to create as they move into the next chapter of their lives. So it's been an interesting journey. It's been an interesting process, and it's kind of coming together, and I'm super excited about it. And so I just wanted to share this out with you guys and everybody, and just kind of put it out there, and yeah, take it to the next level. So super excited.
I have a question for you. How do you feel about this as a medium for people connecting, so you can visually see that I'm using my hands here? I could see you were being kinesthetic in the background there as well. Your just camera was just a little low. So do you think this is a good platform to be able to connect with people, and to really see how people are responding to what you're saying, and taking in everything on board for what you're doing?
This medium, meaning this Google Hangout, or the community?
The platform, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great question. I actually think it's a great medium, because it's a place where you can come with whatever challenges that you have, and not only you have me to help you out, and you know, some of the products and some of the services that I have available to you, but also there's a wealth of resources there, not just the stuff that I put on there, the content that I put on there, but as people begin to share, and like what Trevi was saying about his experience and what worked for him, I feel like that kind of community can really, first of all, you get to know that you're not the only one, because that's the other thing that I hear from some of the clients that I've worked with. They feel like, and they're fairly young, most of them are in their between 38 and 52, and they've accomplished a lot in their lives, but they get to a point they feel like, is there all there is to it? And they feel in some ways disconnected and alone. And to have this community where you're like, well, you're not the only one. This is exactly where you need to be. And this is how you can move forward and create the next chapter of your life by kind of shifting the paradigm that you think about, or the paradigm that you function from, by changing your beliefs and changing some of your patterns and really getting clear about what it is that you want to create that resonates with your heart and soul, and knowing that you can create what you want. So I feel like that community is gonna, even if it's not, visual like this, I feel like that community is gonna be invaluable in supporting the members and everybody involved in there. Does that answer your question? Is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where do people connect with you? What's your website?
The community side is risinglightcommunity.com. So that's the online membership side, and I also have my other personal side that is the risinglightway.com, where I have my blog. So the two are kind of connected, but it's the membership side that is going to be more of a community where a lot of this information is going to be on, and a lot of the support, and people can log in and help each other and get my help as well.
Excellent. Great.
Perfect. Will you be using the Hangouts within your community?
I will be. I will be conducting, now that I've gotten a hang of the Hangout, so I will be running definitely more Hangouts with the members, and also answering some of the questions that people have, and we can also use it in terms of group coaching. And so if somebody's going through a particularly challenging time, or they're really unclear about something, we could actually all be facilitating and I'll be coaching through, but as other people are in the Hangout, they can benefit from the coaching, but also they can help and support whoever's on the love seat or whoever is having the question. So definitely, I think the Hangouts are going to be a huge part of what we'll do, especially since this is going to be worldwide. This is a great way to have people access to me personally on a global level, but also to see each other and connect the faces with the names, and really strengthen the community. So yes.
Hey Farah, I've got a question for you. For my community of business owners, and what I'm trying to do is to teach people to turn their businesses around. And obviously, in your expertise, and you would have been helping a lot of people, what do you reckon is the biggest block, and what's the biggest reason why people fail in their businesses, and how can you help them to do that, to help them turn around? So tell me about it. Tell me your experiences.
Okay. That's a good question. I think everybody's different, but in my personal opinion, like based on my own experience, a lot of times when people fail at something, it's either they're afraid of failing, but later I actually come to realize that they're actually afraid of succeeding, and that's where all the beliefs and some of the patterns and who they think they are and who they believe they are comes into play. Because again, based on my own experience, it's almost like if they succeed and if they make a lot of money, then what's going to happen to their friends? What's going to happen to their families? Are they going to have the same, maybe their environment or the people they hang out with are not going to socialize with them anymore because now they're more successful than they are. There's a lot of different variables in there, but if I were just to answer the core of it, it's really those two, either fear of failing, that fear of rejection. What if it doesn't happen? What if I publicly put myself out there and I try and I fail, and then what? Then everybody's going to know who I am. I can't do anything. That feeling of rejection, or it's fear of succeeding. Because that will also mean getting disconnected, or possibly getting disconnected from what they've always known, which is their environment, and it could be their family, friends, whatever. And yeah, I mean, this at the high level, it's those two things. And then when you delve down to it, there's a ton of different variations that we'll
Great.
go through. Yeah.
Thank you, Farah. So I've got one more question for you, which will I'm going to put you on the spot, so I apologize for that, Diane. What do you reckon there is one tip that you can give to people who has a fear of failure and more importantly, fear of success? What can they do to overcome that? What is your one tip, your $1 million tip to help them to get into the $1 million?
Well, the tip is there's probably a belief they have. If I believe that, if I'm afraid of, let's say I'm afraid of failing, okay, there's a belief that if I fail, I'm going to be ridiculed, people are not going to like me anymore, my life's going to be over. There's all those underlying beliefs there that I carry with me into this fear. So the tip would be to transition that or transform that and change that and know that there, just have fun with it. There's no way for me to fail. Like whatever I do, as long as I learn and as long as I grow, I have succeeded. There's a different belief. There's a different pattern. There's a different thought process that makes you take different actions as well. So that would be my tip, to shift that one belief and start living and coming from the space of there's no, I can never fail. And as long as I learn and as long as I grow, I'm succeeding.
That is awesome. Thank you so much on behalf of my community and my tribe. We thank you for your word of wisdom.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I definitely think that this is a great platform for your community because your passion just is shining through. It's perfect.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And Farah, if you don't mind, I would like to be able to feature you in my website and to show my clients where can they get help more from, and if you don't mind, I would love for you to interview one day.
I would love that. I would love that. And I would so appreciate it. And again, I'm so grateful for your amazing questions and your amazing energy. And I'm just so grateful and so appreciative for you all being here. And if there's anything I can do to support each one of you, please let me know. And I'm just so touched and so appreciative. Thank you so much.
I have a question too, Farah. I'm not just sitting here looking pretty.
Yeah. You do that well.
You talk about people having finally succeeded and all of a sudden realizing that the success that they thought they wanted, and once they get it, it's not actually what they wanted. And because I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's genealogy. I find that a lot of people really, apart from money as a legacy, they want to leave their family as a legacy.
Yes.
And once they get the money, they realise, oh, gee, it wasn't just about the money. And then once they find out more about themselves and where they come from and why they have the beliefs that they have, it could have come from their parents, their grandparents, or their great-grandparents. Once they do find out about that, a lot of questions or a lot of gaps in the jigsaw puzzle that they had are finally solved. And a lot of people can move on and they can actually accept the changes that they've wanted to make in their lives and understand why they wanted to make the change and what was driving them, because sometimes it's this unknown thing. It's like being possessed by the devil, and you think, oh, I really want to do this, and then when you have a think about it, you're not sure why you want to do it. Sorry. And it's come from not your outside influence, but your internal influence and your genes and your chemical makeup. And that can answer a lot of questions for people as well. And sometimes they just don't know it. And getting the money is not the solution to the problem that they have. So, sorry, I just wanted to put that in.
Yeah. Well, you're so spot on. And it's so interesting because I feel like the work that I do, at some point, I'm probably going to have people come to you, Fiona, and come to you, Tom, for the parenting, and come to you, Trevi, for the business side, because at the end of the day, I feel like all three of us or all of us want the same things, and we want to do the same things for our communities. And what you do, Fiona, in terms of getting people reconnect to their ancestors and who they are and where they come from, that is absolutely true. And that's one of the aspects of where I touch upon when I actually deal with people. And So don't be surprised if down the road I have people come to you who are struggling with, you know, who they are. And again, it's a variation. It's a big spectrum. Not everybody may have that, but I do come across a lot of people who struggle with that in terms of who they are and where they come from, and they've kind of created this identity for themselves based on their environment and who society wanted them to be, or who their coworkers wanted them to be. And once we shift that and they know, no, who I am is really this, it just lifts a whole bunch of stuff off of them and really gives them clarity in terms of what they want to create. And same with you, Tom. I know a lot of parents and who, you know, you do parenting, you do tips on new parenting, parents who are new parents.
Correct.
That's right. So and so part of that is it's the same thing. I have clients who, you know, go into this frenzy where some new thing has changed. They're not clear about, you know, how to start the next chapter of their lives with this new baby or growing family. And so yeah, I feel like, you know, down the road I'll also be coming to you guys and hopefully I can interview all of you. Yeah.
Definitely. You're welcome. So is there any takeaways, Farah, that you want to wrap up? Anything you want to add on?
Well, first of all, I just want to thank all of you for being here. It just meant so much to me in this short period of time to making it to this hangout. And what I just have to say in general, if I would, you know, plant a seed for, you know, out there, put it out there for the universe, is that I truly believe that I truly believe in having dreams and dreaming big and knowing that you can create and you can with your intentions you can create and have anything you want. And my thing is that just do things that resonate with your heart and do things that come from a place that, you know, makes your heart sing and makes your spirit rise. And not only does it bring a smile to your face, but also can bring a smile to anybody else. That's kind of what I'm about, and that's what this community is about, and that's what how to create what you want is about. And that's what Rising Light is about. It's rising the light within you and sharing it with yourself, your families, and the world. So that's my wish for all of you. May all your dreams come true, and may you always have anything you want and create whatever you want in your life. So thank you so much for being
perfect.
Perfect. That's awesome.
All right. Thank you so much. See you all later.
See you later.